Hi everyone, Astrea Love here. And so I have a few people that were wanting some questions answered. And so I do this as a service to get subscribers and to be able to connect with more people, as well as some of you can't afford a session with me. So I do mini help sessions. So I'm excited to be able to offer my assistance to all of you. Okay, so for the first one, since this is already fresh on my mind, I was looking into a relationship with a woman named Tiffany and her partner. Okay, so what I was seeing was both, okay, in the relationship, both Tiffany and we're just going to say boyfriend, partner, your compatibility that you have with yourselves is only a 1. So when we're not compatible with ourselves or happy in our own lives on a personal level, when we come together, it will make the relationship really difficult because it's only our responsibility to make our lives better and for our own happiness. And so I was definitely seeing that one relying on the other for happiness, and then being frustrated when that happiness isn't fulfilled. And so what I'm going to do is raise the compatibility on an individual level. So let me do that and see kind of how things change. Okay. Okay, and so like the relationship compatibility, out of a scale of 1 to 10 was a 1, and now it's only a 2. So it means that there's a lot more layers of things going on with your relationship. I did see that you guys have had quite a few past lives together. And so when we meet someone that we have, because our higher self spirit will bring to us, people that we need to have in our lives because we have karma to work out with them. And that's the whole part of playing the game of life, is to work out our karma so eventually we can ascend and learn all of our lessons. So what I was seeing is that there is a lot of stuff. When you had met him, the good karma was coming through. Okay. And, the negative karma starts to seep through, and there's quite a bit of that. So I'm going to clear as much of that as I can, just in this mini session. And I also saw that there were negative soul contracts that have not been fulfilled yet, with each other. And so when we're our higher selves, we will make contracts with the people that we love to go through certain experiences to grow and evolve. So it's kind of like, if we can't really truly understand what it is to be loved if we haven't experienced the lack of. Okay, and you guys do have three children altogether in the family. And what I was saying was that the family compatibility is low, and the compatibility between children is also low. And this can happen for a few different reasons. Before we incarnate, we look down on whatever planet or whatever dimension we're going to incarnate on, and we go, stuff to work out with. Okay, well, I think I'll be their brother and sister, or I'll be their daughter, or I'll be their aunt, or whatever, whatever it is. And then we incarnate. Give us a chance to work out our problems, okay? So I'm going to also include just the children with that, and I'm going to raise the compatibility with the whole family together. I was seeing that communication between everyone is kind of an issue, and there's some blockages there. So I take notes of things while I'm looking, so that, because if I cleared it, if I sat here and cleared everything individually, it would just take forever. So, okay. Communication. Now, as I was looking, Tiffany, at your energy, I saw that you are definitely an empath. And so empaths tend to absorb the negative energy of other people. And what it is, it's a spiritual gift. And it usually goes coincidingly with a healing gift as well. But if you don't know, and yours is to the point where it's like you'll kind of draw people into your experience that are always needing advice or help with something, and you can literally feel what they're going through, or feel what they're thinking. Okay, so that's a spiritual gift. I did see too that your children also have it because it's a genetic thing as well. And to make things even more on the topper, your boyfriend, spouse, partner also is an empath. And so when I was looking at your chakras, all of them are clogged. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear your energy. And I have made previous videos on how to keep yourself clear of other people's stuff. Now, okay, so actually what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have you, I'm going to teach you how to clear yourself, and then I'm going to program with this clearing that anytime you clear your energy, you're clearing your children as well. Now, just this one process is compatibility of the family, but is going to make things so much better, because life can be very hard as an empath. Okay, so I want you to just bring your awareness to your heart and close your eyes. And I'm going to use some light language to put you in your heart space. And I'm also breaking down the heart walls that you have up with yourself and connecting with God. And okay, and there's more that Spirit's clearing right now too with that. Okay. Untur asish na angkasai and helio hurana tushu sehe. Ambala kuna ushte helaranati. Asina kura ensa kwashadna tadesh. Wanata ala ko omatun manhata. Okay, so boom, you're now moved into your heart space, and I want you to repeat your mind after me. I invite my higher self forward into my consciousness now. I invite my higher self forward into my consciousness now. I invite my higher self forward into my consciousness now. Okay, so as you're feeling this energy rise from within you and come forward, that is you, that is God, that's your higher self source. Okay, so now I want you to repeat after me in your mind. And this is where programming Spirit, that anytime you say this, okay, it's going to clear you and your whole bloodline, which means your parents, your children, anybody in your ancestry. Okay. We're going to include your husband as well. Okay. I clear myself of any negative energy that I've picked up from anyone else. Okay. So you're going to repeat this in your mind. I clear myself of any negative energy that I picked up from anyone else. I clear myself of any negative energy that I picked up from anyone else. When I clear myself of negative energy, I clear all of my bloodline as well as my spouse. When I clear myself, I clear all of my bloodline as well as my spouse. When I clear myself, okay, boom, it's already programmed. So I'm sure that you're feeling kind of the energy just like leave you. And so, you know, and I feel too, it's like you kind of carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. So Spirit's clearing that energy too. And I'm also feeling a really big blockage in your throat. So let me just go ahead and clear that. And that's like you speaking your truth and not feeling heard. You expressing the way that you feel. And there's more too with that in relation to your relationship. I was also saying that when you guys are communicating, you know, when we have a conversation with somebody else, it can be, okay, so like if you're saying something to me, this is what I'm seeing that you guys do, is like, it's like he'll be saying something to you, but then you're thinking about what to say in response and not really hearing him, and he's not hearing you at all. So that's a communication blockage that can be very frustrating when you're not feeling heard or understood by your partner. So I'm clearing the energy there with that, which I think had something to do with the throat. I also was seeing quite a few things with your partner. Depression was one thing that I was really picking up on. I was also picking up on multiple heart walls that he has in relationship to connecting with himself, to loving himself, accepting himself, forgiving himself. Um, and so I'm clearing all of that. I did also see that he holds on to emotion. Like he does not allow himself to feel the emotion, to release it. Instead, he's kind of caught like having resistance against it so much that it just gets trapped in the heart. I also picked up on he holds on to a lot of resentment and anger. So I'm releasing these things from him as well. And the resentment and the anger is actually what is drawing in the next thing that I saw that's influencing him. I did pick up on 2 dark archangels and 3 demons that have been influencing him. Um, he, his childhood, something traumatic happened when the first one was drawn in. So, okay, so sorry, like spirit's like clearing that and removing the effects of him being influenced. I also was seeing like negative thoughts and beliefs about women that he kind of grew up with, and a lot of trust issues, trust in himself, God, trust in relationships, trust in um, every area of his life. So I'm working on clearing that because everything always comes back to self. And then I saw too that we all have a shadow self, which is like the hurt part of us. A few different conversations going on in the subconscious mind. So what I'm doing is I'm integrating, and I'm doing this for you as well, Tiffany, integrating the different aspects of us in the subconscious with the shadow self, with the conscious mind, ourselves, God, so that when we're getting things coming through and bleeding from the subconscious into the conscious mind, it's only one thought instead of like 4 or 5, and that we can be consciously aware of. Okay. And there's some stuff in his subconscious mind, like he's being prompted to act a certain way or to respond in a certain way to everything in his life. So spirit's clearing that as well. And I felt like that his ego mind had overtaken his conscious mind. So it was doing way more work than what it should be doing. Um, he also is kind of living an illusion of how he sees himself, how he sees his relationship, and how he sees his life. So he's not seeing the truth of himself, which has to do with lying to himself. And you're doing the same thing. Okay, so let me just make, and I did see that there was some curse energy that was both ancestral as well as an ancestors, like when, back in the day when people would throw curses around, it wasn't like, oh, I curse you. It's like, I curse your bloodline, your children, the horse you rode in on. And these things can negatively affect us. Then there's the other type of curses where people that have psychic and spiritual abilities, they get really upset. Like, let's say it's a past life and something happened, and you killed my baby. I would be really upset. And so if I didn't know I had abilities and I focused that negative energy in your direction, and you on any level, subconscious or conscious, feel like you have done anything wrong to me ever throughout all of time, or the illusion of time, then you would subconsciously accept that energy into your life. I feel a lot with your partner, a lot of judging self, not forgiving self, not loving self, making vows to, self-sabotage everything in his life. So I'm clearing those things as well. He is like really just carrying so much weight on his chest, that he needs to just make the intention, like, I let this go. I let it go. Okay, so for you, Tiffany, I was seeing heart walls, but I'm seeing that you have a huge heart and you're very, very unconditionally loving to everyone. And so it's very hard for you to understand why you don't get that in return. Um, I am seeing for both of you that you guys have forgotten how to play and have not connected with your inner child. So I'm raising the compatibility with your inner child. And, it's important to play and it's important to date. Like when we're in a relationship, for however long, if we would have never gotten in that relationship if we didn't start dating. So when we stop dating that person and stop doing pleasurable, positive, fun things together, then it's like we're really not putting the effort into making the relationship what we want it to be. And everyone deserves to continue to date their partner and to be happy. And so that's really, really important. But do know that he needs to put in the effort himself. You tend to, in every relationship, kind of be the one that carries everyone else's stuff. And you take responsibility for stuff that is not your responsibility to. So effort needs to come from both sides. And if it doesn't, then, you really have to ask yourself, well, why would I be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't put forth the effort for me or think that I'm worth it? Which goes into the next section that I saw is that your self-worth and personal power has been affected from both this lifetime as well as other lifetimes. And so, um, with having heart walls up and self-worth problems that you had when you met him a long time ago, okay, you can only draw into your experience what you're a vibrational match for. So, include the self-confidence, giving your power away to people. I am actually recalling that power both willingly and unwillingly back to you. As well as self-confidence in the way that you see yourself and what you think you deserve. We all deserve our true heart's wants and desires. But if we don't think that we deserve that, or if we don't think we're worth that, then we'll never draw it into our lives. And I do see that you just really want to be happy and for things to go smoothly, but you're kind of doing everything for everyone else and not giving to yourself. And so if you don't give to yourself, you can't really truly love anyone else ever until you can truly love yourself. And it's your responsibility to love yourself, not anybody else's. Okay. So that's really important because you can't be there to take care of everyone else if you are not okay yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself. So loving yourself is really, really important. I see too that there's finances, there's other things going on in the relationship. So I'm going to clear what I can with finances, but let me just see how it's kind of shifted. And I don't know where you guys live, but I just feel a lot of Native American kind of negative energy around where you live. Portals being open, so let me take care of that. Okay. Okay. All right. So I don't know exactly what what it's going to look like because it's still shifting right now. But you guys both need to let go of the way what you believe about your relationship, the way that you guys see each other. Because I can clear all this stuff, but if you hold on to a negative belief about your relationship, about where the direction it's going, about where it's been, then you will recreate that. I do feel like there's a lot more to be done with the children and the family as a whole. Yeah, because I'm seeing that there's just some personality clashes is what I'm saying, like opposites at the end of the spectrum. It's like when children see that we're not happy, they wonder why is mommy and daddy not happy? why are they so sad? So it's really important to look at that aspect of what's the best thing for you and your family, and your relationship. And because a lot of people will always go, okay, well, I'm not going to split up with this person because of my children. But it actually ends up hurting the children more because they watch the parents suffer and then they end up blaming themselves their entire lives. So keeping that into mind to end your relationship, because I never tell people stuff like that at all. I'm just telling you what I see. And I think that you've been, what I'm saying is you've been asking yourself a lot of questions lately, and you already know the answer to every single question that you've asked yourself. So why you haven't been listening to yourself, I'm going to clear what that is, like why you haven't been listening to you, God, because that feeling, that gut thing comes through. You're asking yourself these things about your relationship, about your life, for a reason. Okay. Yeah. And spirit just, my spirit just said following the inner guidance. Okay. So I hope that helped. And you let me know if you would like a private session. I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Gerard. Okay. Hi, Gerard. I hope that you're having a beautiful weekend. And so I'm sorry it's taken me a little bit to get this video out here. I've had just a very interesting few days. So you had sent me a message feeling that you had lost your manifesting ability. Okay, so this is kind of what I saw. That the belief that you have that you lost your ability to manifest has to go. That's got to go, because that is working 100% against you right now. What actually happened was I saw that somebody had come into your life, and sometimes this this actually happens a lot to everyone, circumstances, but somebody will come into our lives. It could be somebody we see in public, it could be a relationship, it could be somebody at work. This is a woman that came into your life when all this stuff with everything going downhill with your manifesting prosperity and abundance and all of that. And so when this person came into your life, it triggered, like the karma between you two triggered what is happening right now. Okay. So you have not lost your ability to manifest at all. You just have a lot of, that belief. Okay. So that one's got to go. But you also, okay, so it triggered some type of curse in relationship to prosperity, abundance, finances. So let me just look at that. You've also, your belief system about money is working against you as well, and about how it comes into your life, etc. And a lot of these things, because I see that you have worked on your belief system with finances, because a lot of these things are in the subconscious. They're not, I mean, we literally, like spirit says that we manifest through the subconscious like 97% of what we're manifesting. Okay, so which brings me to the next thing. Okay, so what I just saw was the subconscious negativity that has been blocking you. I'm going to clear, in relationship to this, Spirit's going to clear as much as can be done for you right now. So the subconscious negativity, subconscious like beliefs about manifesting, as well as memories too in the subconscious. Okay, I got it. I'm like trying to, sometimes I see things like with clairvoyance, and so I have to figure out what it is after that. Okay, so you have like negative programs, and this is due to some type of implant that you've got. Because you know, I actually did see that you're a star seed and that you're very, very powerful. And you could literally, like, before all of this stuff went down, you could literally think or focus on something, and then boom, there it would be. Only now, because of whatever these programs are that are being removed. And there's stuff in your aura also. And backup devices. Okay. So that should definitely help, because one of these biggest programs for you is fear. And this fear has kept you immobilized from making any type of decisions in your life. And so it's like fear is the biggest blockage, because it will keep us from moving in any direction. Because there's no, you know, there's no wrong or right decisions, choices, or anything that we do. But there is positive and negative. We learn and grow through everything we experience. So, you know, I personally choose to experience your positive as much as I can. But when we go into fear, we will draw in more of that and more experiences that way, that are fearful experiences. And then we will not make any decision. And this is kind of what I'm seeing with you. And then that will keep us stuck. So the fearful beliefs, what I want you to do is write down what your belief system is about yourself, about where you live, about manifesting, about every area of your life that doesn't feel good. And then clearing those beliefs and how you're seeing your reality will then make your reality shift even more so. So the beliefs are very, very important. Your shadow self with, okay, I'm actually removing the higher dimensional influence that you have going on right here. I don't see higher dimensional stuff with other people as often, so that definitely means that you have some type of ability that's being suppressed. So let me just go ahead and do that. And right now you're probably going to feel your pineal gland moving, which is in the center of your brain. And I'm aligning your subconscious, conscious, and superconscious mind together and integrating all of the parts of your personality, your shadow self, and your higher self, and your little ego self together into oneness. Okay. And I do see that you're also opening portals with your subconscious. So let me just clear up that issue before I move on. Okay, so Spirit just said that part was done. Now, I'm going to just do entity curse removal, and I'm including in this anything that could be triggered and has already been triggered, including self curses. I'm going to include vows that you've made to yourself and negative self contracts to go through poverty during times in your life. I'm clearing all karma and anything associated with that too. I also did see when you had met this person, a whole lot of negative, unjustified karma coming into your life. And literally, like, what I saw was like all of the good karma, like over here, and then just this hand going and taking, like, keeping you from like having the positive come in. So it's been kind of a whirlwind for you. So I'm going to clear the negative, unjustified karma which is not even coming from this universe from what I'm seeing. Wow. That was a lot. Okay, and then I'm seeing too, like I'm gonna go into your DNA right now, and spirit is going to activate all of your like balance, prosperity, abundance codes in your DNA and fix and repair things. So I also see that you have heart walls in relationship to money, and have a hard time opening your heart now because you've been hurt so much to allow the positive to come in. I'm seeing also blockages with your mother and father, which can constrict the flow of positive coming in, because mother energy is all about receiving. And so, you know, again, I feel like something was triggered. So yeah, so if we have a block with our mother, and it could be like subconscious or it could be conscious, then we'll have a hard time accepting. And father energy is all about giving. And so if we have a block with our father, then it'll be hard for us to give love to other people. So when I talk about abundance, this is abundance of all types, because this is not just finances for you. This is happiness. Can you ask yourself the last time you were truly happy? When was the last time you allowed yourself to play? Okay. So I'm going to raise the compatibility that you have with yourself, finances, God, you, which is self, okay? Your inner child, okay. With your abilities too, because I feel like you really have kind of been suppressing things. And then I'm clearing the energy from judging self or feeling judged, and then judging self, feeling punished, or there's something subconscious going on with you feeling the need to self-sabotage. So releasing, and I am clearing whatever it is that has kept you from not connecting with your higher self and getting that, hearing that guidance. And then I'm cranking up the volume on that guidance. So now, like, I want you to read about living in the heart. When you live in your heart instead of your mind, you're in the purest vibration of unconditional love, abundance, hope, like all the positive aspects of your true self, which is your higher self source. Okay. Trying to be consciously, because your energy is so far in the future that you have anxiety, and so far in the past, it's like completely just not in this now moment. So let me just align you. Okay, and that's been done too. So know that it's really important to be in this now moment, because our now moments create our future moments. Okay, and everything in all truth, time is an illusion. Everything is happening now. So when we clear something for now, it clears the effects from the past as well as it from bothering us in the future. Okay. And then you had also asked, live in the US. Now, I don't know why, but I, for some reason, got New York City, like, or somewhere in New York. So that would be something for, if we set up a session, for me to definitely look better into. So I hope that this has helped. And definitely okay, one more thing that because Spirit just showed me, I'm going to align your will, your ego, mind, little self will, what you're wanting and thinking that you need, with the will of Source. Seriously, like, you know, and I'm lining everything with the subconscious with the conscious, because we could seriously be like in our conscious mind going, I want this, I want this, I want this. But then our subconscious is saying, well, you don't deserve that. So that's why nothing happens. And so then the next thing too is that if we, you know, sometimes we will think we know what we want, but it's not really what we need. And so we can't draw in what we're needing because it's not in alignment with what our mind is thinking. So I'm just aligning those two wills together so that you're drawing in what you actually need. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to move on to the last person. This was Marie, and she wanted to know some manifestation techniques. Okay, so for anybody that's watching this, all of the clearing work that I just did in relation to abundance and prosperity, for Gerard, we're just going to include everything that was done for anybody that's watching, for whatever you need, because everything's done on a higher self level, for anybody that's watching this. So the best thing about manifesting is, one, clearing the stuff out of the way that is keeping you from drawing the positive in. That's a big one, okay? Two, aligning your will, like with what you're wanting. And three, asking for it, having faith and knowing that it'll come into your reality. So I will make a video with some manifestation techniques, but I'm not going to do that right now because this has already gotten kind of lengthy, this video. So I hope that this has helped. And Shakuria, I will be answering your question on your abilities in the next video I make. So I hope that this has helped all of you.